We'll see two QBs out of North Dakota State, with Carson Wentz in town to take on the rookie, Trey Lance. Indy's won the last 4 against the 49ers, but can they make it 5 in a row? Find out on Sunday night.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Tonight we've got a great... Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Colts getting ready to take over for the first time, and you get a look at their 6-year quarterback in his first season wearing the horseshoe. It's Carson Wentz.
Brandon, I don't know about you, but when I heard he threw 5 touchdown passes last week, I thought, well, he's going to be the AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I didn't need to hear any other stats, and it turned out to be right.
That's exactly right. It seemed like every time we turned around, he was throwing one in the end zone. But he doubled down. He said, I see 5 more in this game. Challenge accepted.
Challenge.
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. I tell you, when Carson Wentz can really step into one and get that 6'5" frame behind it, he can really launch it.
And that's how you start a drive, because you know they had this play in their back pocket, waiting for the right time to unleash it. And boy, did they pick the right opportunity. Unleashed it big time, and that was also a big-time throw.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Wentz going to throw. That's into the hands of Pascal. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Running the sweep, Hilton with it. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs. It gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Now Wentz. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Eric Armstead. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
1st and goal looked like things were set up nicely, and now all of a sudden on 2nd and goal, Charles, a big challenge ahead of them.
And you have to know when you're this close to the goal line, things are going to happen faster, so you've got to get the ball out quick. Not going to have much time in the pocket before the defenders bring pressure.
1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Now Wentz. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Interested to see what they dial up here. 3rd and goal with a lot of green between them and the end zone. Here's Wentz to throw. This goes out right to Doyle. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, and they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
Blankenship's kick is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. We get our first look now at Trey Lance, ready to quarterback the San Francisco offense. And Lance, the number 3 pick in the 2021 draft out of North Dakota State.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It was too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
Eluding the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
First carry now for Trey Sermon.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
They'll try and run for the first with Sermon.
And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
Well, that was big right there because they're the bottom 5 in the league in converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And now they'll throw with Lance.
He finds his target. It's Matthews. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Lance, a give now to Sermon.
Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year.
Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. Quiddy Pay in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts, and they are right at the 500 mark on the year and got there with a victory a week ago.
And I think right now I put myself in the shoes of the head coach and say, all right, time to reset a little bit. And I don't give my team a win one for the Gipper speech, but I do say, look, we haven't played our best football yet, but we are at 500 and we're still in it. Let's try and string a few of these victories together, and we're capable of doing so.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Wentz. And that is incomplete here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Wentz.
And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Back deep, Travis Benjamin. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. 39 yards on the punt, giving just 1 yard on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Back out there comes the 49ers offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week, and in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate to...
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Colts pick it up. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down. Here's Lance to throw it. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And he is going to have a Niners 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
Sermon now on 1st and 10. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. On the handoff, Sermon. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. This defense for the Colts, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's good for 28 yards.
This one was all about clearing space for this play to work, because he's going to leak out the backfield to his right, then angle his way up the field, and a really pretty throw to put it on him and create the big play downfield.
'49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Now Lance. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. 2nd and 10. Now a handoff. Sermon. And they'll get him down right around the 16. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. The Lance going to throw.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So pass interference, the call. That's going to set him up with a first down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impedes.
And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Trey Sermon with his first career NFL touchdown. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. And that moment we just saw, always so special for any rookie, the first touchdown of his career.
And there's nothing like anticipation, is there? You know he's been dreaming about it, thinking about it. It's been a part of every bit of his being. And finally, it gets done. He's got to feel great right now.
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was finished off by the rookie Trey Sermon. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. On the return, it's Nyheim Hines. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Indianapolis offense ready to go again. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up the touchdown.
On second down now, it's Taylor, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. Wentz going to try and throw on third. And he'll find Pittman. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Wentz going to give this to Taylor. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Throwing now is Wentz, and it's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it up to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
But the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing is Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Maurice Hurst breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
On second down, it's Taylor. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. To throw, it's Wentz. And that is incomplete. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Charles, 54 yards. I'm surprised that came up short.
I would agree with that one because normally, if he misses, it's accuracy, not length, because he has plenty of leg for that. But maybe it's like I hit my golf shot, you know? Maybe it's like my wedge. You know, when you chili dip and you hit the ground ahead of it, sometimes that'll shorten your distance as well.
So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line.
On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And his top speed, as computed by Next Gen Stats, not bad. He was pushing 20 miles an hour. On second down, it's Sermon.
And fights through one man. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. The Niners on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
They'll try and run here with Mostert.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like.
Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retake center stage.
He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Dre Greenlaw in there on the tackle.
On play action, it's Wentz.
He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Wentz. Being chased out left.
And Wentz going to slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Second down, another run with Taylor. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. The Colts on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 8. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the second time. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Deebo Samuel and the 49ers back in possession here.
Not only does he not have a catch, I don't think he's been targeted in this game, but they're winning.
And if you ask a receiver of his magnitude, he'll tell you that it's because everyone is focused on him anyway. Okay, you've taken it away. No catches, no targets, but we're still winning. I've opened things up for the rest of my team. I know how receivers think.
They've been using him as a decoy, and effectively so. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
A play fake for Sermon. Now Lance.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here's Lance. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half. Unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down.
He wants it all for the end zone.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
You can feel the anguish all the way up here. It certainly looked like he had that one in the end zone, open, unable to hold on to it.
Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory.
The Colts getting another possession here on offense.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
after the sack. They'll come up now, 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do is they run it here. And they'll get him down right around the 11-yard line. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. Well, they did go run, so you were right. Maybe a little more breathing room for 4th down.
Well, no one wants to be accused of playing it safe, right? But instead, they would just reverse it and say, we're playing it smart.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Raheem Mostert and the Niner offense getting the football back.
He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
On 2nd down, Mostert.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. That's on the guard, Laken Tomlinson. On the counter, Sermon.
And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Lance now to throw. That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield.
And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here comes the 49ers punter now.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score.
Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line.
Carson Wentz and the Colt offense ready to go back to work.
And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. Room here to run.
And Wentz going to slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down.
Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the 1st down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Wentz throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw is Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away.
37 yards on the punt with no return. And that will come the offense as they take over.
Deebo Samuel and the 49ers back in possession here.
Second quarter, a guy like him, no catches, so that's the surprising part, but they're winning, so maybe they've been able to do some other things effectively, I guess.
And they found other ways, haven't they? Because the receivers would tell you, offense needs to run through us, but they're managing to get it done in this ball game without having to actually do that. I wouldn't expect him to stay silent for the rest of the game.
Yeah, you got to think that his first catch is coming at some point. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Lance looking to throw it. That swung out to Mostert.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
He'll swing this out to Mostert.
Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing again on second down. Lance. And he whips that one incomplete there. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a fourth down. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
From there, we're off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Colts. And they were able to have a little bit of success on the ground. The question will be, will they stick with it? Or will they be throwing more to try and regain this lead? Meanwhile, for the Niners, we take a look there at the numbers for them running the football in that first half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Taking it about the 1. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Here's Sermon.
Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
To throw, it's Lance.
Flush to his right. And he'll even avoid the contact in the end as he will finally slide to a hole. Big yardage there on the scramble, and it gets him a first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Lance, a handoff here to Mostert. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Once again, it's Mostert. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Throwing now is Lance. Flushed out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
It was a little bit of a surprise when DeForest Buckner was traded from the San Francisco 49ers to the Indianapolis Colts prior to the 2020 season, but it sure paid off for Indy. Named All-Pro for the first time with 9.5 sacks.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Meanwhile, Wentz's throw here pulled in by Hilton. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the handoff, Taylor. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They run with Hines. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
We got this.
Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. We'll check on his status when we get back. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Doyle. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
That's the type of run that Jonathan Taylor gives you so often, and you just can't take it for granted. He finds a way to get those extra yards. The 3rd running back taken in the 2020 draft, but he had the best numbers by far of any of them. 1,169 yards, 3rd most in the NFL, and by the last quarter of the season, he ranked among the best runners in the league.
Back to Taylor on 1st down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Now Wentz. Out to the right and complete to Pittman. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a 1st down.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now a give to Taylor. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. 65 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. 2nd down, another run with Taylor.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. Now Wentz. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have
rush coming, and he's taken down. It's the veteran K.J. Wright, the disruptive force. Now, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry. After the sack on 1st down, Lance, man open, that's Deebo Samuel. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, Lance. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A gain of 22.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front. Completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
They run. Here's Sermon.
And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Here's Lance to throw it.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Well, listen, when you've got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play because he saw he had a receiver in the area. He just put it well over his head out of harm's way.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field.
And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Taylor. Powers through him. Wiggles free.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They'll try and run for the 1st with Taylor. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
84 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. Two of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
On first down, Wentz. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in a defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
Wentz now on first down. Steps away to his left. Open space inside. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is going to be 49er football. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They get the crucial turnover, just huge, but now they've got the football deep in their own territory, and you got to be careful because if you give it right back, there goes your lead.
Have to be extremely happy with their defense. They received a gift. That takeaway, even though they're deep in their own territory, now they have the football. And you know there's always that alpha on defense, that grouchy guy. Forget what the coaches said. I'll guarantee you, he told the quarterback, we just took care of you. Now you take care of us.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
You hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or 2 shy of midfield. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
And the Colts now, they're ready to get the football back. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead.
Throwing on first is Wentz.
That's complete to the running back, Nyheim Hines.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. And he's got his man. It's Hilton for the Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Colts on just 2 plays have taken the lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
And they're able to ground it in there on the 2-point try. And you and I were talking before the game.
that two-point conversions from the 15-16 season, what has changed, what hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy, because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for two, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for two early? That's what people are wondering about.
San Francisco's offense returns to the field, and now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now Lance. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd and 10, Lance taking a shot for Samuel. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. Well, for Trey Lance, not only was he the youngest quarterback in the 2021 draft class, but many say he had the strongest arm, too, and he showed it off here.
And we often talk about hang time for punts, but in this case, we should probably calculate the hang time on that throw, because that one hung up there for a long time and managed to keep going and going until it found its target.
Throwing on 1st down is Lance. Looking for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think that part of their plan was to hit him over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Lance. This to the outside, it's Sermon. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Lance, a give now to Sermon. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. And they'll go for it. Lance. It's into the hands of Matthews for the 49er touchdown. Jordan Matthews, his first touchdown on the year. And the Niners are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed. And in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
Let's go! Let's go!
So take away the touchdown there, as that's going to be ruled an incomplete pass. Wentz's throw into the hands of Pittman here. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. To throw, it's Wentz. Dancing to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And this is going to be a Colts first down as good running gets him to about the 44. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Now Wentz. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. A gain of 6 there on 1st. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Wentz going to give this to Taylor. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Working from the gun, Wentz. Dumps this one off to Mack. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to make it 4th down. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession. Lance now on 1st down. Sanu with a grab over the middle. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Lance looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Got his target, Samuel. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Lance. Buying time to his left. And Lance will have the 1st down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact there at the end of the play. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this for both of these guys running the ball well?
Yeah, they mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility. Able to shake him off. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lance. Being chased out left. And Lance will have the 1st down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact there at the end of the play. Excellent work there by Lance as he scrambles for the 1st down.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Lance looking to throw it. And he slings one that's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. DeForest Buckner has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset.
Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
And got his man complete. Touchdown 49ers.
Brandon Ayuk, his first touchdown on the year. And the Niners are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch tomorrow.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
And the Colts coming out now and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Finding Pittman.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones at a first down. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Wentz to throw. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
He'll dump this off to Taylor, complete.
Not able to go anywhere that time. Second down. Back to throw. Wentz.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. He was looking for Michael Pittman that time.
3rd down here. Eluding the pressure right. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. Pressure coming, and this looks like a short kick.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more.
They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
It's a nice zone breaker right there. Take the tight end, move him out to the slot, then have him run a corner route versus the zone coverage, which means he's going to be behind the shallow coverage and ahead of the deep coverage. Put the ball right on him.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Working from the gun, Lance. Over the middle, complete to Samuel.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Shotgun now for Lance.
Forced out to his left. he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. And this one is right down Broadway. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
On the return is Hines.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won, and fun for us, because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur at the end, but what a game all the way through.
So for the Niners, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Tennessee Titans.